Hi, how's your growing season going? Mine today is a little windy, but other than that, it's going great because today I made my own homemade copycat version of Montreal steak seasoning. Let me show you how. So let's talk about making our own Montreal steak seasoning. Now you can do this with a mortar and pestle and work it, or you can do this in your spice grinder. I personally prefer the spice grinder, and I like mine just a little finer than the ones that you can buy. Now let's take a look at the ingredients. The very first ingredient is salt, so that means there's going to probably be more salt in there than anything. The other thing that you see is sunflower oil. Now that sounds all pretty and nice, but we don't need sunflower oil, and sunflower oil is an inflammatory. So joint pain, if you have arthritis, you want to stay away from inflammatory oils. And then you see paprika extract. So this is a beautiful paprika that we picked up on our travels this winter from a beautiful spice shop down in Fernando Beach, I think. The Spice and Tea Exchange. Beautiful. The smell is so amazing. But that paprika extract, that has to take solvents to extract that oil from the paprika. And I say, hey, let's just buy some really nice paprika and pop it in there. So far, I've got whole peppercorns. I've got 2 tablespoons of whole peppercorn. I've got 2 tablespoons of paprika. And now we're going to come to the salt. Now, you are making your own. So I have 2 tablespoons of kosher salt. You can actually do no salt and then salt your meat right before you cook it. Or you can go ahead and add as much or as little salt as you would like. Another thing that obviously listed there is natural flavors, which I know you're sick of me telling you, but it doesn't mean they're all natural. It just means that only one thing in there is natural, and it can have 100 solvents and chemicals in it. Scary stuff. Now we're going to go a tablespoon each of dried onion flakes and dried garlic flakes. Now if you don't have the dried flakes in a pinch, you can do the onion powder and garlic powder, but we're going to do 1 tablespoon in each of those. Now as you can see, I'm getting a little full here, so I'm going to go ahead and give this a little initial twirl. So again, I don't want this to be super fine, and I don't want it to be extra chunky, so you got to keep an eye on it. I'm going to give that a dump into my mortar and pestle, and then we're going to add the rest of our ingredients. Next up, I have 2 teaspoons of whole coriander seeds, and this is going to add so much flavor, as well as the mustard. I have 2 teaspoons of whole mustard seeds. And then I have some dried dill, and you can also do dill seeds with this, but I thought the dried dill would be a little nicer, so we're going in with our dried dill. And then I have rosemary. I have 2 teaspoons of dried rosemary. And then we come to the crushed red peppers. So again, because you're making your own, you can add a lot, you can add a little. I'm adding 1 teaspoon. And one of my favorite things to add to this is a teaspoon of celery seeds. And the celery just really makes it pop. So again, we're going to do a little twirl here. So now that I have it in here, I'm going to mix it all up, and then just in a couple batches, I'm going to give it a couple more twirls in here. So now this is going to make about a cup for you to have, and if that doesn't get you through the summer, just make another batch. Have you looked to see how long you've had maybe that big bottle of Montreal? Is it expired? How long has it been sitting in your shelf? So, just like all our other seasoning blends, all our other spices, cool to our place, airtight container. And just look at that beautiful, beautiful homemade steak seasoning. And this is for your burgers, your shrimp, your steaks, your chicken, whatever you're grilling this summer. Make your own homemade steak seasoning. It's amazing.